Welcome, welcome, welcome. I will fall in love with you, and we will get married when the leaves turn brown. So when the leaves turn brown, my friends, and I love you so much, I'll go to the washroom because that's a number 2, and it takes I1 to make 2 love. Reading into a song all day long, you would never believe it. You would never believe it. For those of you who watch me, look at me, watch Mr. Tackman's, what he does is who I am in that suit. You would never believe that I was quiet as a simpleton today. As mostly every other day, when I'm elsewhere, we need to exhaust, and not only exhaust, but cool off. Everybody knows that if you buy A and C, they both do the same thing, but this drill will work for 5 hours before the battery runs out, and this drill will work for 9 hours before the battery runs out. The end is they both run out. I must replenish my energy. I must stop, cut off the street I am on. I must forget everything I am thinking, and I must believe that in order to let everything go, I must believe it's going to come back just like that. And thanks to Mary Johnny, what's going on, Johnny? They discovered and hid your name, Mary Jane, Magdalene, Jesus, Jeshua. You would not believe, but look what I'm learning. I'm like all over the place, and I see the numbers, and I know the reality. Look at this little thing over here, okay? We're going to see if we can get this properly. Do you see those balloons? You see that balloon right over here? It's red. We're at minus 61 hue, okay? Now watch what happens to the balloon. Now, at 100, it becomes purple. When I put it over here, it's violet, and violet turning into red. Now the balloon is red. Now look at this balloon over here and these 3 over here, okay? Watch what happens when we put the U. This is minus 16, okay? I'm telling you the numbers because 1, 6 is the one side. It is the light. 3 does not change, okay? 3 does not change. Do you understand? It's flipped upside down. It's 391 or it's E91 is the hue, okay? One thing to know, I'll show you the balloon thing. I'll show you the balloon thing, and look at the green, the 3 balloons up here. You see what it is? And you're telling me just what the switch of a camera. So I switched my camera, and I was able to see all that stuff, right? I was able to see all that, so they can't do it to us? Hue, number 4, is number 4 of a single area of 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. It can't be any more. And the first 80 is the only marking because the point of departure is 0.1. Let's say if you're going by the equator, but the middle point is the dividing. I don't want to know about the dividing. I want to know about the last dimension of this side, and I want to know about the last dimension of this side, and then I'm going to put you and tie you together because equipment works this way. You have a car, it works the way it does. I don't need to be a mechanic. I know it was put together and it's been working for years. They break down because of X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. No matter. There is an answer to every question with any number or shape. If you dilute the shape, if you square off the shape, I don't care what you do to the shape because I will take the center of every single shape and only take the center bone. And my friends, how many of our bones are round like this? All our bones are short and straight. Is that not correct? Well, a little bow-legged, but then it all fits together in the joints and it's made that way. The operation of our arms are not round. Our arms aren't round, but look how round I can make my arms go. Mechanics. Graphic control hue. When you see one of these, and you start from here of this area, you go 2 up, 1 up, and 1 down. Okay, this is 1 cube, 1 up and 1 down. So you start in the center, you go 1 up and 1 down. That's 2. Now you start in the top, you go 1 up and 1 down. That's 2. And you go to the bottom, it's 1 up and 1 down. The question is, what is the size of each cube? Now, I did not work on this, so right now all I'm going to work on is the 90 degrees. Okay. What does this actually mean? If I go 90 degrees down from the equator, from the center of the Earth, where will I end up? Will I be on the surface? The center of this would have to take the equator and mark it. Let's say this was the equator at 0. So we would have to take that equator, okay? And we would have to go like this. We'd have to take a certain amount between here and here is 45. So we would give up 22, okay, in order to run it properly. Hop, skip, and jump, okay? Not from here to here, 45 and 45, but you need to take half of this now. You would go is it 67.5, 38.25. So you go from here to here, 38.25, and you go from here to here, 38.25. I think that's the right number. Where did I get that from? Just give me a second. Give me a second. 38.25, and then I need 6.75 for 45, and then we need 45. Okay, this is a long calculation. Let me explain it. You have 3 90, 90, 90s. 90, 90, 90. 270 total of this. Your 90 is because you're going to the peak. You're not going to the flat, because if you were going to the flat, we'd have to flatten off the Earth this way, and you now have a round bump on it, but we have to square the whole Earth off. We're going to the point, okay? So this point here, to the center point over to here, this is supposed to be 180 degrees. But in the 180 degrees, it's 90, so we take away 10 up, 10 down, 10 left, 10 right. So we hold. The center core holds right now 10 of each. We need to hold 12.5 times 4 is 50. 4 by 90 is 360. 4 times 12.5 is 50. Because the 25 green that surrounds the point that turns the clock at 50 is the 25 green at darts that goes around in 4 angles, which will equal to 100 of a 50 red that is cut in half in diameter, because it measures 360 for 50 when your diameter crosses 180, so you have to double the 50 to now 100, and you have to quadruple the green to make 4 areas that's broken up inside around the red in the darts. So you automatically have 200 right there in the center, and then you have 210 on the outside, 1 adding to 20 1 times every single dart. 1 to 20 equals 210, plus the 200, which would be 410, plus the 85, which is the actual number of the 50, and the 25, which is 75. Why do I keep going 85? I think, oh no, it becomes 285, the amount of the dart work. So what we're going to do back here is we're going to do the simple count. I'm going to take this down over here. So you wanted to go 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so from here to here, it was 10. From here to here, it was 10. So that's a total of 20. Then from here to here, and then from here to here. From this point to this point is 10. This point to this point. Here to here to here. 10, 10. Here to here to here. 10 from the top, 10 to the bottom, from the center. Here's the core, okay? Then you take it the other way. You go 10 and 10. Okay? You go up to here. From here to here is 10. From here to here is 10. 10 and 10 is 20. So you have 20, 20 equals to 40. 40 times 1.25 equals to 50. Red, 20 darts equals to 210. Okay? 50. 40 times this equals 50. Plus the green, 25. Since we have the 25, this one that is now 40 times, okay, because the red dart has to split for diameter 180 times 2 sides. Okay, it's a cross and a cross. If you roll this top off of this one, they both become their own 180 surface, the diameter across. Okay, so when you do that to the red dart, to the red part, that gets split in half. But then it gets split again, so now you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And plus the center here. So you have 4 areas of 20. 4 areas of 20, 4, 20. And then 1 area, which is the center red, because you're around the red, which equals to 5. Because there's 20. Right? So that becomes 25 for the green. Do you understand how that becomes 4 parts and 5 parts? If I use this at 5 parts, I would have to have 60, 70. I'm not going to calculate that, but this is the green and the red and the darts. Understand how we get the 4 times the amount and the red in the center. How would they get 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 40, 60, 80? What I was going to mention now in the darts one more time, I'm a little, yes, we wanted to know the height here. So you'd have 40, 40. So I'll take off 10 this way and 10 this way. So I'll have 20 in the center to 180. So I would have 80, 70, and 70, 70, 80, 90, 160. I'm missing 10. 80, 20, 80, 160, 180. So that would be your across. And then it would go 80, 20, 80. In French, you see marijuana in French is 480s. 486, the number 4 has to be used, the 4 is all of them. The 4 and the 5 and the 6, they're all the same. There's 3 dice with the 4 on it. There's 3 dice, the corners of the 4 on it. The 3 dice, the corners of the 4 on it. You have to have the 4. 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, love, joy. You have no choice. They made this game up, not me. Change it around. Would you like to bring me some anything? Just bring me checkers and tiles and whatever it is. It's going to be read. Someone's going to read it. At least we're going to try to see what we get for it. We're going to make up some story. So now we have weed. 80 in French. This is the cross of Christ. If you want to just put it on top of each other, it becomes 80, 40, 80. Do you want me to really number this out? This becomes 86, 26, 86. 14, 8, 14. 14 becomes 5, 8, 5. Jesus Christ is 858. 8, 5, 8. Is that what I said? 8 and 6 is 14, 5. 8 and 6 is 14, 5. 2 and 6 is 8. 5 by 5 is 25. By 8 is 200. Pass, go. The other thing I wanted to mention, there was one other thing besides the one. Oh, yes, the 1.2. Monopoly is 40. 40 quarters to a $10. And at the end of the year, there's 30 hours right here. 1.25 days. 7 times 13 times 4 suits. 13 cards equaling to 91, which is 91. If you add 1 to 13 equals to 91. Add the 14th ace or the last ace in poker, and you have 14, 105. The hand of God becomes 165, which is communication within F. We get F off. We get F off. How many people say F off? How many people say F? A-F. Fa? F-A-L-A? Fa? Half? F? Give me F of that. You want half? No, I want half. No, you want half. No. I come from France. I tell you, I want a hat of that. You want a hat with that? See, because the French chicken, French hen, French language. If you say French, just don't stop on a language, my friends. If you say something, just don't stop where you are. For every one meaning of one thing, whatever the name you use, find wherever you find that name. It doesn't stop there. The definition of where you are stops there. But this thing goes on. Chase it down. That's what I'm here. I want to chase him down. So I know I made a bumbling bunch of mistakes, but if I multiply this one more time by 5, not saying that 5 by 8 is 40, 5 by 8 is 40, by 5 is 200, 200 becomes 266, because all zeros are 6, 266. But if you want to do it again, 8666, 000, 666. 8 and 8 is 16, 18, 666, 18, 18. 828, time heaven. So now, what is this? This will turn into the marijuana. They're talking 420s because now we're connecting to the cross within inside of us, the crossroads within inside of us. Let that moisture. Understand that this is 5. Understand that this is 8 and this is 5. And the other way, it's 5, 8, 5. Now, you want me to switch you something real cool in this? This is what we're going to do right now. So now that we depicted that at going to be 585, 585, I'm going to write it down over here, okay? We're going to come down on the desk for a second. 585, 8, and I need a new pen. 585, 8, and I'm supposed to go 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5. This one becomes the 8. This one becomes the 5 and the 5. 5 by 8 is 40. 5 plus 8 is 13 equals, oh, I'm sorry. 5 times 8, 5 plus 8 is 13 equals 53. Electric company. This becomes the ace of everything, okay? When we reflect it back, remember the 8 is in the center. 5, 8, 5. The 8 is in the center. We're going to start here. 5, 8, 5. 5, 8, 5. Okay, now you see what we got over here? My camera is really terrible today. I'm going to try and get a little bit better of a light. Oh, no wonder. It's my fault. It's all bad anyways. Okay, so what you see is this what's coming out of it. Now, you do know what I'm doing. I'm pulling apart the diameter of the Earth. I'm reconstructing the diameter of what the number should say and what the spin should say inside of here. We have to understand, do not forget that if this is spinning around the Earth, this is spinning from outside the Earth, like a cross. One turns the core and the one turns inside the Earth. Okay? So when we go in here, all my numbers say 200. This one says 200. No, this one says 5 times 5 is 25 times 8. This will be 200. So it'll say 200. 8 by 8 is 64. 5 by 8 is 40. By 8 is 320. Remember 320 because 320 and 40 equals back to 360 again, taking up time and space right here. And we do it again on the bottom, we have 200. Okay, now if we do it this way, we have 200. I do it this way, 200, 320, 200. 200, 320, 200, 200, 320, 200. Okay, now remember, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So this here, because of these zeros, tells us where we are. 2 islands, okay? 2 islands. This is only, you see this 6? They only need the 6 because it's 1. We're only working with man. This is man's heart. Okay, then 2 islands. It means 2 circles. Every 6 is circle. Then over here you have 6, 6, 6, and 6, 6. So when these are added together, 6 plus 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. It becomes 3, 6, 3, which becomes 18 and 9. 18 plus 9. This is it. It's all about 18 and 9. And on this side, we'll have the same thing, 18 and 9. But we're going to add the numbers. 6 and 6 and 6 is 18. 6 and 6 is 12. It says left and right. 12 is on the left. 18 is on the right. The left will equal to 5. The right will be equal to 17, which equals to 8. Why? 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 is 17. Okay? 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. That's why. So this is going to equal to 8, 5. Again, the numbers all reflect 8, 5. Jesus, okay? Jesus, time, cross, dog, 1776, diameter to the moon, a gold, club, 1776, 74 times 24. Jesus, 74, time, 74, cross, 474, 5775, the year we're in. 5 times 7 is 45. It's 35. 5 plus 7 is 12, equals to 47. Time of Jesus. Okay? 24 by 7. Now 1776, 24 times this. 16 times 111. Automatically, you have three numbers that are equal. It's three of the same worlds. You're coming down the same strand. The center world is the black negative world. And it shows because of that board over there. The answer is right in that board. The numbers show it. And not only that, I'm going to slow down a little bit so it takes a little bit longer. I've been rushing it. Not only that, you know it. They made that game. These numbers fit perfectly. They show even the reason that at Hanukkah, the candle burned for 7 days. Did they explain to you what kind? We are the gateway, the candle for 7 days. We burned in the light. So we're going to get back to this thing over here. 1776 and 6771. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 6 and 1 is 7. 7, 5, 5, 7. I go over the same thing, and when people start telling me to go somewhere else, I'll start doing something else. And we're going to take out and do one of these. 1 and 6. The only ones that count. 6 and 1 because it's in the middle. Middle. 6 and 1, 6 and 1. 4 and 3 are the opposite of each other. Left side, top, right side. Turn them around, same thing. Automatic. Stays like that. The only thing you see here is 4 here and 1 there is 5. All the sides are the same thing. It doesn't matter what you do. The rest are 5s. 6 and 1 is 7. Both are 5s. 1776 reversed. The dice cubes. 5775 this year, Hebrew New Year. Jesus 74. 74 by the 24 hours of man. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8 and 6. 8 and 6 we just finished over here. All zeros equal 6. 8, 6, 8, 6 in the 20 world. 2, 6. 8 and 5, 8 and 5. Jesus, he's number 11. 7 plus 4 is 11 equals 85. 85, he's number 3 creation equals the keys of the piano. Where else? The diamond, the gold equals to 38, which is the diameter of the moon of 3476 approximately, which is the same thing as the word club, which is the same thing to the diameter of the moon, in which 1776 is expressed over here. 17, 7, and 6 expressed right here. The number to gold is 3476. Diameter moon is 3476. And the club is the same numbers at the same time. They all fit here. And the totality of this is 57. And the opposite of the wheel, 57, 75. And the opposite of this wheel. 2 sides. Don't forget about those 3 French hens, right? So this is what we have over here. The same thing as 1776. 8, which is the maximum number you can do. 8 times 222, which is the world of 1 here and 1 here. Because when you have 2 worlds, you automatically have one that's in between. It's a no-brainer. It's actually 9 times 222. So what you're supposed to do is 9 times 222 plus the light. So 9 times 222 equals 1776. I need the light is 16. 9 times that plus 222 equals 1998. 666 times 3 equals 1998. My grandmother was born a year and a half earlier. The calendar is off by over a year, our calendar, because my grandmother's and a few other people's death. This is the year 2000, right here at the latest. We started 1999. That was the next year already. We're not in the year 2014. Take away 2 years. We're 2016. Went into 2017. 666, 666. Now we need 16 years for the light. Plus 16 equals 2014. Would you like to see how this works again? You see the 2000. 0 equals 6 equals 26. I'm going to turn it back over. There's your 20. There's your 80. 6, 6, 6, 18. 8 and 6, 18. This becomes 18, 9, 16, 18, 9, we get Jupiter inside of us. They're coming. It's this year. It's happening right now. Everything is happening right now. All these numbers. You want to go down to this over here, the darts one more time. We had 555 over here, which equals the 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, okay, which is the same number here. 40 times this is the center core of the red dartboard. Now you have 5 times 5 times 5 the other way. You have 1.25. So you have 1.25, 512 memory. You have 625, 625. Why? I forgot to tell you, because when we multiply 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 equals 625. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 625. Then it's 40 around Monopoly plus the 1 go equals to 41. 41 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, or 625. 6 and a quarter equals $1.50. $1.50 is half of 300, but you're bowling, which would be 366, and that would equal to the year. There's your 2020. 41 times 625 is 25,625 Mayan time. I go too fast. I don't like it, and I'm not happy. I spend 25 minutes, and half my videos are not even watched halfway because people cannot keep up, or I bumble over myself thinking I have to rush. Somehow I have to find something within my own mind that I'm capable to slow down and concentrate and fixate on one thing. But this is like a balloon. You put a little bit of air and the whole thing blows up all around, right? You like that idea? You blow the balloon from the middle? You ever try to blow the balloon from the side? Better be a hard balloon, right? All tied up. So you see where we're at, right? You see where we're at. See where we're at? I mean, I know what they all mean. Everything. The radio, there was a survey, 230,460. I'm working on a half-life. I'm going to be working on the half-life. I'm going to show you how we work half-lives. There was a survey that was taken that you spend 230,000 minutes asleep every single year. Or was it or a lifetime? Whatever it was. They just had to tell me it was whatever the period was. And I put the formula to it, and it tells you that our life is a half-life. It's like we should be living to like 200, so but we're not. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Oh yes, I didn't finish with that. The original amount. Remember I told you 38.25 on the height. Here I have to study that and see why I said it. Because if I said it, my friends, it certainly means something somewhere, and I know it has to do with the church. Maybe that goes around our head. Raphael, thank you for watching.